Another chilly day to be outside. Now, I haven't been in the veggie garden for about, what's today? Well, we're filming this a day before you're watching it, so it's Wednesday afternoon. And I've been away since Thursday last week, so I got back earlier this week, but I haven't been out in the garden to have a look. And let's have a quick look around the garden, see if everything's alive and see what the birds have been doing and all the other little critters while I haven't been around to maintain it. Amaranth. I do keep the seed. Well, I've got to harvest this. Yeah, oh, geez. Okay, I keep it so we can dry it out and put it in the mortar and pestle and just grind it down and make a little bit of extra fibre. Here's a quick one. All the kale plants, and I grow this because, well, my wife loves them. I don't mind it, I eat it, but predominantly for her, but also for the caterpillars, because they're a great attractant. And somehow they love to eat this plant here. And even if the bricks levels are really high, somehow these caterpillars love them because they're bloody big sometimes. But also, more excitingly, if you come around here, see all the little pups that are germinating here. Now, these aren't kale. These are green curl endives. So that's what this is here, because we had them growing here. See the leftover root there? That's dried out. That's breaking down, becoming carbon for the soil. More mass for the microbes in there to feed off and feed the plants as well. We've got rocket germinating everywhere in here. And if you're wondering why it's really low down this side here, folks, as well, that's because the squash took all the energy out of the garden here. And that's what happens. When the plants grow big, the soil disappears, as long as it's alive. Have a look at this rocket. This was planted the same time as one on that side. That one died away. This one's gone really woody down here. And we've got plenty of healthy growth and beautiful flowers. You can eat the entire plant. Well, not the woody part, but I reckon now that it's going for a second and third cycle, the flavors will be much more intense and hot and spicy, just the way I like it. That's how I like my rocket. Oh, that is freezing. So we've got no sun coming in here because it's really low. You can see the lettuce are growing. We've got a, what is that? That looks like a cabbage. No, it's not. That's a cauliflower. That's growing. We've got our green curls as well and more lettuce. And you can see where the birds have been digging around here. And right here, I had this space marked out. Well, I had to plant it. It was a cabbage. Bugger me, I forgot them. Look at this. They've attacked them. Oh, well. It's what happens when you leave your garden for a week and nobody else, well, they said they looked after it. Does it look like they looked after it? Wait a second, I've got roots down here. There it is. Oh, that's garlic. I can't even remember I planted garlic in here. It's coming up. Okay, well that's going to stay in. There must be more garlic in here then. Ah, oh, bugger me. Something's growing here. Yeah. Oh, don't tell me. Is that planted upside down? What is that? It is. It's all right. So the garlic, folks, here's a lesson. When you're planting your bulbs, like your garlic and things like that, make sure you get those little furry bits on the end of the bulb facing downwards. Now, come on, I didn't plant it upside down. I planted it the right way up. That was the right way up. That's sitting upside down, and I'm telling you, the birds came in here and they took it out and shoved it back in there upside down just to annoy me. Well, it's persevering. Have a look at this. It's growing down and pushing back up. You've got to ask yourself, there's a couple here. Let me fix these up anyway. Let's talk about this. Nice long shoots, you know, well, roots I should say, and look at this. It's because it's upside down, it's curling back up. You've got to ask yourself, how does it know which way it's facing? Oh, we've got a worm in there as well, folks. It's all happening. How does a little bulb like that, or a seed, in fact, when you plant it, how does it know which way is up and which way is down? Anybody? Have a guess. 3, 2, 1. Oh, can't hear the answers. Well, let me tell you. Basically, every little seed and bulb and every little organic matter that we've got here is coated with microbes. And those microbes are the indicators that actually trigger these little seeds or bulbs, in this case here, to activate once they hit the soil. And if they are planted upside down for whatever the reason, it'll know which way is up and which way is down. And that's why, because you know, if you're talking about gravity, that'll just keep growing downwards, trying to find its way out, and it'll get so deep down below, well, it'd see the devil down there. That one's for you, Craig. Now, these here, all we need to do is put them upside down again, well, upside down from what it was, and hopefully the stalk grows back up again. Well, we know that the roots need to be in the ground and the bulb, look at that. Look at the size of these. That tells you how good the soil is. Now, there's no aggregation yet because, you know, well, it's upside down for starters. And what I mean by that is soil clinging onto these roots that will actually provide the nutrients that the plant needs to be able to grow big, strong and healthy. So for now, I'm just going to carefully put them back in there. Oh, geez, look, it's all loosened up here by the bloody birds. We'll stick it over here somewhere. Plenty of room. Is there more? There's more. Here, look at that. There's another one. All right. I did some planting here. Must have done it in my sleep because I can't remember what I've planted. Is there another one here? No, there's not one. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bulbs so far. And they don't have to be all the way in the ground. And like I said, the birds come around here and they dig it over. One of the biggest challenges growing seedlings, or when you first plant them in the ground, is being so vulnerable and attacked by pests and critters that are out for a feed. Now, I planted 4 cabbages in here, and they all got attacked within a day of being planting into the ground. So they really haven't set their roots into the ground back then yet, and you know, they haven't taken, and they're not taking up the nutrients. And again, they're so soft and delicate, almost any little creature that walks around can eat these. And because my beds are constantly composting, I've got all sorts of wonderful little insects hanging around here. So what I thought to do is cut a old water bottle or drink bottle in half, and that was a really bad cut. Obviously, I must have used my teeth to cut that. Anyway, I put them over the top as a cloche to protect them, just like a little mini hothouse, hoping the birds, and hopefully it's enough to deter any critters that are living in the soil, but you know, as they are. Once they're in the soil, they'll burrow through and work their way up to wherever the beautiful green life is. We've got a bit of plastic in here somehow, but look at this one. That's been eaten to the ground. There's nothing of it there, very little. It looks like it's trying to come back, so we'll just put that there. And these ones too on this side. This has been eaten again, and that one there, well, it's non-existent. It's disappeared completely. See you later, Jack. Gone. Might stick this one in. What's going on over here? Oh, mate, come on. The challenges of birds. Look at this, they're making a mess. These were tiny seedlings when I planted them, and I couldn't separate them. They were so tight, the root ball. Look at this. We've got twigs in all this lettuce, so when you go to harvest, you've literally got dirt and twigs in there, and it's because of the bloody wildlife. Anyway, I know they've got to eat. There's a little seedling in here that's covered. Mulch is beautiful, it's important. It does retain the moisture and, you know, somewhat helps with the porosity and obviously the feeding of the microbes in the soil. But the worst part about it is this. This is what happens when you've got the birds coming through. It's not all birds, just a couple of little annoying ones. They know where I am, they follow me, and they organise a bit of a tag team. One whistles while the other one hunts and digs. Okay, these are coming along really well. Just a little bit more before we sign off, folks. Oh, look at this. The cabbage is looking good. We're going to get a lot of little baby cabbages, like little Brussels sprouts. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, that was the old cabbage there. We cut it right off. We had a decent head on that. We've harvested that, enjoyed it. And if you look after it well, and I've been feeding this ground, so these are doing well. They haven't been really attacked yet. I've taken off all the distressed leaves. And this is another thing to factor in. If you've got a plant that's going showing some wear and tear, like, you know, leaves that are a little bit discoloured or damaged or even just maybe diseased a little bit, best to remove them completely off the plant because they do set off a distress signal and it attracts all the pests in the garden. They'll come along and they'll start chewing it down, and that's their job. All the composting creatures in the garden are out there to eat the plants that are below the nutritional value of being called edible food. So they'll digest it for you rather than you trying to grow it and it doesn't succeed. So cut them off, feed it to your animals or put it aside or compost it so that what you've got growing here, it's got good nutrient density and it really stops the pests from getting involved. Look at this. Now this was a broccoli that I had growing in here. We're going to get multiple heads coming on this, and hopefully it doesn't bolt a seed. And this was another cabbage here for you folks. Look how nice and clean these leaves are, and they are delicious. While they're young like that, they're delicious. Even if it doesn't form a head, I haven't had to wait another, 3 months to start growing a little cabbage. It's there from the last season, and I'll probably get another season out of that on top of that. Look what they've done to the bloody sides of this garden bed. They've been digging over the sides, just digging down in here because that's where all the creatures are. What are they looking for, eh? we've got moisture, we've got bark, we've got worms in there, got juvenile worms, a lot of new babies. Look at this. Through the winter period there, they'll start hatching over time, and before you realise, come springtime, it'll be thriving. But what annoys me is they dig the sides out like this and then mound it up into the middle. When you go to water, it really doesn't, help when the height's in the middle where you want the water to go and not run down the sides. So I'm just going to have to bring some more soil in. What a bloody mess. Now over here, I just noticed that in my sleep, I didn't realise I only went to one garden bed, went to a few other ones. Garlic, it's all coming up. This is our Australian organic red ones, or purple, sorry. That's come up. Bugger me. They dug this one out. Garlic there. There's an onion growing there. We'll stick it in here. There we are, like that. See if that stays in the ground now. A few other things going. Our leeks are coming really well, folks. Huh? So it might be winter, but there's a lot happening in the garden, especially when you're not around for about a week. Just make sure you got your mulch on the ground. It doesn't have to be really thick, just a couple of centimetres thick. If it's really hard, the soil, now's a great opportunity where with a little bit of rain that we get, however often or little it is, it's better than nothing. Get your garden fork there, aerate the soil, make sure you've got some good airflow in case it's gone hard on you. And if it is dry at the bottom, you're really going to do some extra work on that. Maybe the forking might not be just enough, but either way, something is better than nothing. Check out our website, vasili'sgarden.com. The Gardener's Day out on the 14th of this month is on, so make sure you put that in your diary. Come down and say hello to us. I'll be there. Craig Castry, James Wall will be there as well. We're doing a bit of a seminar and presentation. All our products will be there as well. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Hopefully it's not too cold wherever you are and you're getting a little bit of water and not too much of that as well. From me, Vasili, Maresi.